Hi everybody, it's Mike Krow, up on the mic in here, yo. I'm sorry you had to hear and see that. But do you know what I'm not sorry about? Today's sponsor, ears! They're possibly on your head, or in the mouth of your favorite ASMR streamer. And depending on if you join my Patreon, they could be both. Or they might be laying in front of you, eyeing you down as you slather yet another layer of Jif's extra crunchy peanut butter across their face. So a while back, I happened to come across this Japanese riddle. 食パンとフランスパンが歩いていました。後ろからおいと呼ぶと、食パンとフランスパンどっちが振り向いたでしょう。答えは食パンで、食パンには耳があるからです。Baked into English it says, a loaf of bread and a French baguette were walking. If you called out, hey, to them, which one would look back to see you? The answer is the loaf of bread. The reason being, because they got ears, you dummy. Everybody's just so dumb. What? Bread has ears? I guess it's not just our phones we have to worry about listening in on us. Quick, plug your donuts. Shh, quiet. So naturally, being intrigued, I tried this out for science and whatnot. Your mom's a lumpy loaf of half-baked sourdough. Ha!
Why'd you make me into bread?
Now I know the first thing in your mind is that you never met a hollaback hoe cake before. But before you question how old a reference that is, I'll give a little explanation from my time researching. Basically, according to this excite.co.jp article from 2017, it's because the crust of the bread is at the edge of the bread, and the ears of humans are at what is seen as the edge of the face. I get it, but at the same time I kinda don't get it. I blame anime. All that cute, fluffy, sexy bread running around, smiling, so irresistible. Somebody's gonna get confused. I saw another article that brought up a good point. The more official word for crust in Japanese is gaihi, which directly translated means outer skin. And according to the author, the reason why gaihi never really caught on is because saying something like, "This bread's outer skin is really delicious," doesn't quite roll off the tongue, nor is it very cute. But man, when you say, "This bread's ears are delicious," now that'll get anyone's lips wet. Nothing more tempting than chomping on some ears. Isn't that right, Mr. Tyson?
I wish one of your guys had children so I could kick them in their fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have, waking up every day.
Anyways, it's not just bread that has ears in Japan. Here's a few other examples they give in the article. But when it comes to bread being given anatomy, it isn't really that strange of a thing the more you think about it. I mean, even in English we call the ends of the loaf of bread the heels, and not just because they're a tag team of infamous WWE wrestlers. And depending on where you're from, they might just be called the butts of bread. The animeizing of bread didn't just stop at giving them ears. No, it also gave them eyes. Shokupan no me refers to the little bubbles that form when baking. If they're wide and open, it's a good sign of a well-crafted bread. And if you end up baking a good loaf, it ends up looking just like this. I guess this gives new meaning to the heels have eyes. Pretty good one. I tried to find some way to verify if this was like an actual baking term, but I couldn't really find one. If you know otherwise, let me know. And that's it. But before we go, I want to leave you guys with a little bit of wisdom. Just remember, in Japan, when you take a bite of a loaf of bread, you might end up with an earful. But in America, you might end up with a mouthful of ass. And on that note, I'll see you later, and thanks for watching.